We're live. And okay, my
Welcome. I am Optimus Prime.
yeah, keep trying.
I'll never get that voice down. Damn, what was that line Blitz said in the pilot?
What was that? I don't know, I haven't said that. I
You
haven't.
trying to crush my dreams, Moxie, like my dad?
And yeah, that line holds a lot more water now that we know how much of a bastard Blitz's father was.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot to charge my phone, so if need be, could you handle checking the chat? I'm just getting this out to some buds. But yeah, as you can see, I'm replaying Transformers War for Cybertron. I'm sure. And do I bother making a joke of just like I'm playing these older games because back in the day they actually made finished products? Too
Yes.
easy.
Aw. It's true. They don't make finished games anymore.
I think the way Russian Badger was put it, this game is so old it was actually made to be fun.
Yeah. Saying that every game we're getting is bad. I'm just saying it's kind of frustrating how most AAA companies usually release a half-finished game and make you pay for the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about the whole Helldivers fiasco that got reserved quicker than a teenager in bed.
Jesus. Well, if you guys already saw my earlier Helldivers stream today, you pretty much already know that Sony basically just decided to enforce their PSN linking, which they didn't need, which was working just fine without. The game was working just fine without. I'm just gonna speed run what was wrong with it. Sony wanted full access to a game that had a kernel level anti cheat access to your computer with their history of getting hacked. Uh, Over 150 countries would have completely lost access to Divers once the PSN linking requirement went through. There's a third thing, I think. Basically, it got so bad
Mm.
that even if you had over 100 hours on Helldivers, you could petition Steam for a refund, and a lot of people actually did get a refund. But essentially, Sony just realized that they were in deep trouble because their customers were angry as hell about this. The dev team Arrowhead were were very verbal about how scummy this was what they were doing to their game. And I think there is even some legal trouble they were potentially getting into. So they immediately had to change course. I swear to God, I have never seen such a more beautiful, just absolute barbecuing of a company on Twitter in my life.
Agreed.
Yeah, this was just the social media guy was having a bad day. That's the best way to
It's,
describe it. Whoever was
it's probably
managing,
the only He's probably the only one involved in this whole thing that I feel sorry for.
you know, yeah, like I said, they you like I said, Like I said, they were freaking grilling. They were freaking grilling Sony for this.
Right?
Oh, oh, Parker, welcome, welcome. So yeah, thankful. Yeah, the Helldiver. Yeah, Hell hath no fury like the Helldivers community.
Indeed. But anyway, today we're not playing Helldivers. Today we're playing
We're playing.
War for Cybertron.
Here's the best way I can describe what War for Cybertron does. Like, let's just take Call of Duty and do fucking none of what they do. Transformers War for Cybertron. Okay, there's a little more to going on of what this game did, but honestly, I might end up doing like a video essay on the Cybertron games. I've been seeing a lot of those lately, and everyone's just showing these games love.
Mm-hmm. What's going on over there?
I was just opening up a door so I could use the screen to get some cool air in.
Ah,
But yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. I am really looking forward to playing this with a co-host this time,
oh,
and just forget about like the idiocy that's been plaguing like the modern gaming scene. We all have our examples. One we were talking about earlier was just like the brain dead takes journalists had about RE5.
yeah.
Basically, I'm not gonna get too much into it. I'm not gonna get overly political, but all I'm going to say about it, and what a lot of people are saying about it, is like basically their only issue with the game apparently is that it takes place in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. It's in Africa. They have absolutely no problem stereotyping Europe. That's all I'm gonna say. I I have been letting my politics slip a little more and more as I keep doing these streams. Still there, Justin?
I'm still here.
Anyway, enough politics. Transform. Let's just watch giant robots beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
We got Brawl.
I wonder if Brawl's design here was partially inspired by the movie version.
I think it was um we got Barricade.
Granted, he's
Granted, both
yeah.
Brawl and Barricade being here were probably has something to do with the movies,
Yeah.
which I'm not complaining about. I mean, for all their flaws, they did put Transformers back on top.
Yeah.
And I still, honestly, I still love watching them. Flaws and all, I think they're, I think the movies are fun.
Yeah.
Granted, I do like the more. Here's the best way I can describe the Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast. It does what the Bay movies are trying to do in a more refined sense, if that makes if you know what I mean.
What do you mean by refined?
As in, like, it's just more. How do I put this? It's a little bit less messy. It's literally the best way I can describe it. And
All right.
for I mean, lack of a better. At the end of the day, I don't care. I still like both of them.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm rambling, and to a lot of people, I'm probably stalling. I just feel like I just feel obliged to play as Megatron in the first level. You feel me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like it feels like an obligation to play as Megatron.
I hear you, man.
Civil war has ravaged Cybertron, homeworld to the Transformers, for millions of years. Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, recently discovered an ancient power that will give him the edge to win over the hated Autobots. Called Dark Energon, this power remains locked
Well, speaking
away
of which,
in an
I just
orbital
learned something
station
interesting.
under the protection
Yeah.
of a Sky Commander. named
Steve Bloom is actually going to be hosting online lessons for voice acting.
I might have to check those out. Voice acting's always been a passing interest.
Yeah. Just saw like an ad for it on YouTube earlier today.
Hold your course! Starscream wouldn't fight with such desperation if the legends weren't true!
Lord Megatron, you're certain it's here?
I am certain, Barricade. And when I find it, the balance of this war with the Autobots will finally tip in my favor. Lord Megatron, stabilizers are failing! Maintain your heading, Brawl! Do not falter!
Sublight engines are offline. Shields at 15%.
Reroute all power to forward guns and thrusters! Full speed ahead! But sir, that's suicide! Any further objections? Ram this warship straight into the heart of that station!
I want to say, I think Fred Tatasciore is a great Megatron hero.
Oh, for sure, he is he does a really good job as Megatron.
Yeah. Just that, seriously guys, you couldn't get Frank Welker.
That Megatron.
The strong survive, the weak perish.
Lord Megatron, the ship's reactor core is failing. Explosion imminent.
Move, Decepticons!
I believe that's Nolan North there voicing that random,
Yeah.
yeah, that voice there, that's Nolan North.
Go!
Well, because he also voices Brawl here.
Oh, that poor Viacon. Lovely, we have this trail of Energon to serve as our guide.
This way.
Yeah.
I am Starscream, and I have protected my station for over 1,000 years.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. This space station is Decepticon property. Surrender immediately.
Whoever you are, you've traveled a long way just to meet your doom.
Are Starscream's
Starscream's colors here inverted.
Oh, I was literally about to say, Starscream's colors look inverted in that hologram.
Yeah, it's like his head is red and his arms and shit are blue. But should it be like the other way around?
Is that like a reference to Armada Starscream?
Maybe.
Hail, Lord Megatron!
Do not speak unless spoken to.
What do you think of the design of these Decepticon drones, I guess we could call them?
It's Lord Megatron!
The honor is all
Pretty good for
yours.
pretty good for, you know, we're basically just faceless red shirts.
I don't know why, but I always appreciate a good, like, just grunt design, if that makes any sense.
You know what you mean? I mean, you said it when we were talking about Transformers 1 trailer a few weeks ago. those guys definitely looked like Viacons.
Cut them off in
Yeah.
storage area, Beta! Move, move!
I do
So
miss.
that whole hologram. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I do miss the soldiers being able to transform in these games. Even if the items they get when transforming are annoying as hell.
Yeah.
You were saying?
I was just gonna say, do you think that like hologram of Starscream? So I think that was like a direct message, or do you think it was like pre-recorded?
I think it was a direct live call.
Okay.
Because we hear like the other hologram address Megatron directly.
That is true.
Those fools need to catch us in an ambush at the next door.
Fat chance. We can use that crane to reach the crash tunnel and flank them.
Ambush their ambush. I like it. Find the controls to that service arm.
And I'm sorry for saying this, but just like the way Megatron's legs are in this design, I don't know why, but they just make me think he's like wearing bell-bottom pants.
Are your audio receptors
Yeah,
damaged?
it kinda
I
does.
said find the controls to that arm.
That's the best way I can describe it. He's like wearing
Do everything
bell-bottom.
myself around here. Alright. Yeah, come on, Megs. The 70s are over.
I'm pretty sure those fell out of fashion even after your toy line started, dude.
So technically, in at this point in time in the Transformers universe, the 70s haven't even started, haven't even began.
I don't even think humans are around yet.
Yeah.
Transmit your coordinates, Soundwave. And I want everything ready upon my arrival.
Cameron, did I ever tell you the guy who voices Soundwave here?
Starscream, the ambush is set.
he-
They won't make it past us.
He played that. Remember the first episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian?
Too easy.
Yeah.
That Twi'lek guy that was.
Oh, shit. He played that. He played that Twi'lek guard.
Yeah, that was like outside of the Fight Club there. Yeah. That was the same guy who voices Starscream here, or not Starscream, Soundwave.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Trust them!
I want to see the transforming animation in this game is just slightly smoother than Fall of Cybertron. You see a lot more panel detailing, which I guess sells it more. When I think I know why they kind of had to play it down a little bit for Fall because of the heavier customization you could do in that game as opposed to this one.
That might been it.
Just a hypothesis. Hey,
I mean, it
with
makes sense.
I mean, there's always going to be trade-offs. There's always going to be trade-offs with things.
Oh, I know.
Megatron! I thought you'd be scrap metal by now. Your survival intrigues me.
I shall not be denied, Starscream. Surrender your Dark Energon program to me immediately!
Dark Energon? Are you mad? Dark Energon brings
Maybe.
only death and chaos.
I am counting on it. Megatron, when this is over, can I rip off Starscream's head and boot it into space, please? Patience, Brawl. Starscream knows this station inside and out. He may yet be of use to us.
You got a little giddy, Brawl sounds at the idea of that.
It's Brawl.
Yeah.
I will say, in general, I think I do prefer some of the gun designs in this game over Fall. They actually look like guns.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's kind of like the thing I prefer with all of Cybertron, is that they look more like sci-fi weapons.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Rather than just like, altered Earth guns.
You know, I guess that's fair. I mean, I guess we all have our different takes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess me being kind of a gun guy, I
That's
prefer.
a pretty long drop.
Jump, you fool!
You know,
There's nowhere to go but down!
I
You
prefer.
Starscream, you think you'd take better care of your station here?
Maybe the High Council cut his funding.
Politicians, am I right?
But
Landing.
how do we get out?
The intruders are here! Call in reinforcements!
Don't worry, Barricade. We're gonna get out of here with video game logic.
Decepticons, mount those turrets! We'll cut them down
Shoot
with their
everything.
own weaponry!
Also, I love how the targeting reticle on the mounted turret kind of looks like the Matrix.
Huh, yeah, it kinda does.
By the way, what do you think of these, I guess you could call them station security? They're essentially just the Autobot. They are essentially the standard Autobot soldiers, bro. They're just,
Right.
I guess the origins to kind of show they're technically not Autobots.
They're not Autobot or Decepticon.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe they're supposed to be neutral.
Onward! Through
Well,
the
yeah, they've been stationed here before the war began, remember?
I know.
From here I can rain down destruction!
I don't know. I just love a lot of the little details you can find in this game. I definitely think some of the environments in this game look a little bit better than in Fall. I mean, granted, I know what Fall was going for.
Right.
Just because I like one over the other doesn't mean I can't appreciate what the other wasn't going. Fuck.
I know.
Pull back! Pull back!
Area is secured, Megatron.
Excellent.
Okay.
That guy got blasted so hard it broke the physics engine.
You want more?
Hail, Lord Megatron!
Who's next?
Hello, big boy.
It's an honor to serve you, Lord Megatron.
Okay, which drone's gonna play kiss ass the most? Yo, the bands around these guys. I'm
Yeah.
wondering. You think it's a reference to the restraints Cup and Hot Rod had on them on Quintessa?
I'm
the
very
86
certain it is, yes.
I see what you did there, High. We see what you're doing, High Moon.
To be fair, there are so many references to, like, you know, E1 in these games.
My name is Jetfire. I'm not here to fight.
That makes one of us. Speak your piece. Quickly.
I've seen the horrors of what Dark Energon can do, Megatron. It is not to be trifled with. Its power is too unstable. To use it would mean disaster.
You cannot frighten me, Jetfire. I will use Dark Energon as I please.
You are a short-sighted fool. You'll kill us all!
You say that as if it were a bad thing.
I hope this Dark Energon stuff is worth it, Megatron.
There's an old Soundwave.
Soundwave, report.
We have taken control of this portion of the station and established a base of operations. Scans indicate that Starscream has locked down all logical routes to the Dark Energon reactor.
And we're fresh out of Star Cruisers to tunnel our way.
Quiet. There must be another access point. We have to reach the station's next pod.
Megatron, I have located a nearby data metric center to reveal any alternate means of entry to the next pod. Advanced teams have already been set to clear your path.
You know what I've kind of noticed about a lot of the Decepticon companions Megatron has? A lot of them don't have the traditional red eyes. Seriously,
I've
Brawl
noticed
and
that too.
Barricade have yellow eyes, so does Breakdown.
Same with Soundwave and Soundwave.
Actually, Soundwave's eyes are all white, or like his visor's completely white.
Yeah.
That is a badass looking pole arm that Decepticon has.
Hmm.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I'm your leader. Fine, fuck you.
I think I'm going offline.
These soldiers look pretty banged up.
Unacceptable. They should be victorious or dead.
They're putting up a good fight, all right.
Then put up a better fight.
I love a lot of the banter in these games.
Makes you wonder how Megatron was able to convince so many to follow him, because of how abusive he is towards them.
Megatron, be aware that you face overwhelming odds against Starscream's soldiers. It is statistically unlikely that your advanced teams can defeat all of them. I shall await your word that you have reached the Data Matrix Center.
These Soundwave have known each other for how long?
Yeah, speaking of which, like, I'd love to hear you guys' like to the audience watching, I'd love to hear your, like, favorite, I don't know, favorite, like, Transformers-related stuff. Let's just get a conversation going.
I'll do those comments, right?
The live audience slash, you know, commenters who might be catching the VOD. I love the lens flip. So many details in this game that you would not, that you probably did not appreciate when it released. Like, this is very impressive for like a Transformers title.
Leaders.
Is it really smart to have like rocket crews in a room
Around
where
Energon.
yeah, around like Energon?
Decepticons cannot be stopped.
I don't know, that just seems like playing with fire to me. I will admit, recent media has really made me subscribe to Megatron being a tank.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been, subscribed to that.
Yeah.
I don't think the aircraft modes he's had in other medias is bad.
No, the Osprey mode he has in Earthspark looks pretty good.
Yeah.
These cubes seem terribly outdated.
This entire station was created over 10,000 years ago. Much of its technology is antiquated and inefficient. I look forward to updating it.
I do love that apparently that Cybertronian technology seems to share the same aspect as Star Wars technology in that it's supposed to be ancient, yet still more advanced than the shit we have.
Yeah.
A brilliant addition to my efforts.
Whatever, it's sci-fi.
Soundwave, we've located the holo map. I'm sending the data to you now.
Megatron, you may have gotten this far, but you'll never get your hands on the Dark Energon.
Starscream, this acrimony is needless. I know who you once were, Sky Commander, and that you were betrayed. With Dark Energon, I shall return Cybertron to its former glory, and you to yours, if you agree to serve me.
You're a fool! No one can control Dark Energon!
I kind of wish we got some more information on what Starscream did before this station.
We got another one!
Yeah.
Because it makes it sound like he was a very well-respected military leader. I know, Starscream,
Yeah.
right? But, I don't know. Me
Right.
personally, I do kind of like it that we get, I don't know, at least a little bit of competency from Starscream on occasion.
Yeah.
I will give animated credit, like, Starscream was actually a pretty good threat in that series.
Well, yeah, that series, like as Hunter said, all the Decepticons are pretty much powerhouses.
Starscream has not yet locked. Transmitting coordinates.
Excellent! Decepticons, lock this room down and await our return.
I'm just glad that the war in this is not nearly as one-sided as it seemed to have been in animated.
Yeah.
Which I have been rewatching. I don't hate animated. I want that to be clear. Apparently a lot of people love animated.
Yes.
But it's just... It's the same thing I have with Andor. It is
Yeah.
impressive. And I will never argue how impressive it is. I just can't jive with it. And I know that's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna... Like, just because it's not really my thing, I'm not gonna shit on it.
Right. It better not.
Yeah. No, I like... No, I respect animated. I respect... Just like how I respect Andor. Now, of course, my issues with each are kind of very different.
So, what exactly did they manufacture here?
Yeah.
Transport devices for Dark Energon. The ancients constructed special pods they could launch to any parts of Cybertron.
Andor, it tried to add a little too much real... Like, I appreciate it tried to make things real, but I feel like it was trying a little too hard at times. That kind of sapped out some of, like, that, classic charm Star Wars typically has.
Yeah.
I think they were trying so hard, it was a case where, like, they did a lot to avoid familiarities. That they almost, it feels like they kind of overdid it a little bit. Because it's not like you can't have Star Wars stories without, like, the Jedi and Sith. Or, like, traditional heroes. I mean, we had plenty of those. We've had plenty of stories that were able to show kind of realer themes. So, to like war
According to my
and
scans,
such.
the manufacturing plant is directly below your floor.
There's no exhaust coming from that vent. We can blast through to make an entrance.
Are you concerned at all driving into the belly of a furnace?
Aren't you concerned that I might tire of your pointless chatter?
But no, I mean that's the best way I can describe it. It's like it tried too hard to. I mean, it still had a lot of the more classic Star Wars themes. It just felt like it kind of. I wish I had a better way to put it into words.
And what about animated?
As for with animated, I feel like there's the opposite.
Those fans will split you in two. I can't use
Is
you if
the-
you're dead.
The opposite is the best word I can come up with in terms of now. What was doing as opposed to Andor. Was that like? Don't get me wrong. I appreciate what they were trying to do, and in a lot of cases, like mixing up the formula with classic characters was effective.
Yeah.
But I think one of my biggest complaints is that making the Decepticons a much like more serious threat.
I didn't mind that.
I didn't mind that at all, but it also meant that the story writers couldn't. It kind of forced them not to use them a whole lot, and that meant they had to fill the reins with. They had to fill up
Starscream is alerted to your
other
presence
threats,
in the
and
production facility.
Yeah, these rejected comic book villains.
which I am. I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. I really am, but I cannot. I can take almost no human villain in animated seriously.
Neither can I, so.
I mean, seriously, all these villains look like they would be in like a Turkish knockoff of a superhero movie.
Yeah. I mean, I think Potter kind of theorized that, because they were kind of going for a more comic book theme with animated into that, That was the point why, human villains look more like, again, comic book villains.
I'm not saying that can't work.
This place is pretty active to be thousands of years old.
Do these
Soundwave
shapes look familiar?
reactivated it upon my orders. I have very special
Ah,
plans
yeah.
for this facility.
I don't know why, but something
Those
about
will come in. Those will come in soon.
something about these. I don't know. Something about this place makes me think of the Genoshan Droid Factory.
Well,
Snipers on the bridge, Megatron! Crush that!
Yeah, I mean, still, at the end of the day, I still appreciated what Animated was going for, even though I still think it made no damn sense for the Autobots to build giant, basically giant fighting robots, but not give any of their foot soldiers blasters.
alright.
With Prime's crew, it makes a lot more sense. They're not soldiers; they're just like they're just repair techs.
Right, the workers.
But when we actually get to see the like the actual war for Cybertron sometimes in the show, it's just weird it was just a little weird to me, considering like every other Transformers series prior, they've made out the Autobots as kind of more of kind of the Cybertron's civilian population, but still armed them.
Right.
Yeah, they like two of the weirder ones. I guess two of like the weirder things they did was just like the rules they went with was like the bots not having guns and can't fly.
Well, the
They're not-
can't fly thing, I could, kind of I can get behind.
I can kind, I can give some wiggle room to the no fly thing because that was sort of a thing in G1, unless you count like the 3-episode pilot, where everyone could
Right.
fly.
Fuck logic and consistency.
Fucking 80s cartoons, man. We don't know how much we do not know how much sleep deprivation and or how many drugs the animators were taking when they were working on it.
Once I have enough Dark Energon online, I will use these canisters to transport it to Cybertron. The Autobot surprise will be total.
I'm glad you and I could both agree. That was just weird that not. I think Bumblebee was the only one that had the closest thing to guns.
If I recall, were his fingers originally like meant to be like welders or some shit?
I think so. But I think but the story all in all was still good.
I tire of these futile attempts to resist me. Dark Energon will be mine.
What makes you think you can control the Dark Energon, what no one else has ever been able to?
Only the strong are worthy of such a weapon barricade. I am the strongest. And do not question me again.
I love the detail when like the elevator opens, like there's the vacuum from space.
Yeah.
Cybertron.
Incoming. Actually, I just realized something.
What?
From what we saw in the trailer for Transformers 1, didn't the, those, like, flying vehicons, like, you could get a brief look at their, vehicle modes, and don't they, did their, like, aircraft modes kind of resemble these to you?
I might need to go back and check out the trailer, but they might.
Now, Megatron.
The damage looks old. It's been this way for a good while. But no weapon I know of could have done this. I don't care what did it. Find a way across.
The holomap indicates low damage to this area.
Yes, this is unexpected. The entire area lies in shambles.
So this place has been up and running for how long, and nobody thought to get a repair team up here?
Addition to my efforts.
Again, like you said, maybe they cut their budget.
Now their attempts to harm me are even more laughable.
Eh. Or you know what they say, government work.
Yeah. That too. I guess that'll work.
Eh, good enough government work. I do love sort of the ragdollish physics the flyers have when you shoot them down in their jet modes.
They just kind of spin out of control, yeah. That's a fun thing to see in games.
Do you prefer?
Send it in the flyers!
Here's a video game question for you guys. Do you prefer ragdoll physics or scripted death animations?
I usually prefer ragdoll physics.
Yeah.
That scripted death animations. Sometimes it can actually be kind of funny at times, really funny at times.
Yeah. I guess it really depends on how crazy you go with like the ragdolls. Fun fact about the original engine for the first Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Rockstar purposely designed it to have kind of more exaggerated movements. Like the whole point was to kind of replicate the exaggerated, like, deaths a lot of characters.
Western films had.
Yeah, Western films had, where they just like splay all over the place.
Right.
Don't ask me how you know this, but how I know this. But if you get a one-shot kill shot on someone, they don't really just fly around the place like you think in the movies or in games. They just flop. They literally just flop. It's like, it's an immediate off button. So whatever they were doing, it just stops. And they just go limp. It's like if you cut a puppet from its strings.
Right.
Again, don't ask me how I know that.
Snipers.
Actually, I will give you a hint. It wasn't through Live Leak. Don't ask what Live Leak is.
What? Okay.
Let's just say the internet. If you thought the internet had some spicy shit before,
Especially big guy.
but yeah. But just a random fun fact of trivia. But there are actually games that kind of show that, you know, when someone is shot and killed, they just sort of flop they just sort of go limp.
Right.
One favorite example people like to use is Insurgency Sandstorm.
Megatron, I have downloaded a station.
Heard of that.
Transmitting history.
Fascinating. According to this, a quantity of dark energon became unstable, and the resulting explosion destroyed this part of the station.
Dark Energon did all of this?
Those fools had no idea how to control it. I'll not make the same mistake.
Keep telling yourself that, boy.
Now, as far as realism goes, I'm not one that's like who's gonna make a fuss about it every time it's not there. Basically, I'm someone who appreciates it, but it doesn't always have to be a necessity.
Yeah. But it would have been cool if this was actually like a 0G level.
Yeah. But admittedly, that'd be a little difficult to, Actually, if they could ever remake this game, if they could rework, like, this area as a 0G style the way they did the Dead Space remake, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, it would be.
But the platforming isn't bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I do get how this is...
So, you could also just make the argument that, you know, they got magnets at the bottom of their feet like in Prime.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have been rewatching Prime recently.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that means I've been behind on some other stuff, especially Star Wars related. I gotta watch Tales of the Empire because that looks really, really cool. They make Grievous, from what I've seen, they make Grievous scary again, which that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Before anyone says it, some people can make the argument that that was George that took away Grievous's edge, not Disney. Well, I don't agree with everything Disney has.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of it, I told you about this, and for anyone who hasn't heard, like, there were genuinely people complaining that Grievous was in Tales of the Empire, saying they're resurrecting another character, and I'm just like,
It's a fucking flashback, dipshits.
Yeah, this is a flashback to Grievous attacking Dathomir.
You really think they're gonna put like these kind of people are gonna? It's like, how do I phrase this? They're really gonna put any kind of research in this? No, they're just gonna look at it from the surface and look for anything that enhances their narrative. You know, for people who keep saying they don't want narratives of their media, they sure as hell are pushing a narrative of their own.
Ugh, feels like I kind of struck a... I was just worried that bringing that up kind of struck a nerve with you, bro.
I mean, it did, so yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Nah, I'm sorry. Just like, I don't know. What's dumber? That whole thing of people not realizing this is a flashback with Grievous, or the whole bricks and screws thing? No, I am never... No, I'm not letting that go, Star Wars Theory. And neither is the internet. Because...
Yeah, seriously, fuck that guy.
You, like... Yeah, fun fact... Fun fact about a lot of the blasters in Star Wars. You want to know why
They're
George...
based on real-life guns.
Yeah. I mean,
going back... Hell, Han's blaster was based off those... Oh, you didn't destroy that symbol.
It was based on the Mauser C-90. But that's not it. One of the stormtroopers in Tatooine is literally just carrying around an MG-34. Like, barely anything changed about it. It's a straight-up MG-30... Like, German MG-34.
Yeah, too.
Which made it hilarious when people were pissing and moaning about the AK-47s used in Andor. It's like...
It was a modified AK-47, like all the guns. Yes, they're based off real-life, weapons, but they're modified to look more futuristic. Or, sci-fi.
In fact, I think it was actually the original Star Wars that really changed up weaponry.
Starscream, your colors are like where they should be now.
Yeah.
So I just had to point that off.
And he's already purple. See, he's already telling us he's supposed to be a Decepticon.
I still find it weird how it's like his hologram, like colors are inverted.
Yeah. I wonder if that was like a concept they were originally going to have, like those were his colors when he was unaligned, but by the end he, because obviously at the end he becomes a Decepticon.
Right. Spoilers.
Number one, this game's over a decade old, and I've played it. And number two, I've played it on the channel before.
Oh, and the number 3, it's fucking Starscream.
I need more time to initiate the sequence.
You cannot let Starscream succeed. Do you hear me? I won't allow it.
What do you think of like this drain ability for Megatron?
Pretty cool. I prefer the abilities in Fall of Cybertron, though.
Where everyone has like a dash ability, but everyone has kind of a unique RB.
Yeah.
Now, here's a hot take. The kinetic shield Optimus had in Rise of the Darkspark, that was not a bad ability.
No.
I'm not saying being able to target for Metroplex was bad. I'm just saying that was a good substitute.
Brawl just said, "I will tread on you." Kidding? Because he's a tank.
Uh-oh. Big guys with big guns. Grenade!
Shoot straight.
You're too late. I have initiated the destruction sequence.
Let me know now. Motherfucker.
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't been the biggest fan of everything Disney has done, But at the same time, I'm not always witch hunting things to complain about.
Right.
Maybe, do I have a personal bias because I'm a huge Star Wars nuts? Most likely. But I'm just being genuine when I say not every. I haven't had nearly as many problems with like their Star Wars stuff, and I think that has something to do with like the actual team they have in charge of it.
You arrogant fool! No one has ever survived direct contact!
Funny how
Still don't
Megatron
believe
survives
it,
direct
man,
contact twice in this continuity when you think about it.
What?
I still
This
don't
isn't possible.
think this is in
No
line
one
with
can
Prime.
control Dark Energon. It dominates and destroys everything it touches.
I am the Dominator. I am the Destroyer. I am Megatron. Decepticons, receive your birthright. I can feel the power. It's amazing. Now, I shall deal with Starscream.
I know that wasn't Frank Welker, but god damn, that voice actor just freaking delivers that line. Doesn't he?
Oh, he really does. Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, I think he's a great Megatron.
No, I agree.
That dude got the complete Darth Maul treatment, since we keep talking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Here's another reference for you.
It's heroic nonsense.
Dark Energon is mine to command. Through my will alone shall Cybertron be restored.
It's too unstable, Megatron. Using that power, you're endangering our entire world.
Teach me, Megatron. Teach me to wield Dark Energon the way you do, and I will serve you.
And what could you possibly offer me that I cannot simply take?
The supply of Dark Energon aboard this station is nearly exhausted. I know how to manufacture more. There was once an Energon bridge that fed this station directly. I know how to reconnect it.
Traitor! Zeta Prime will hear about this!
Shall I send Thundercracker and Skywarp to retrieve him? Lord Megatron?
No. I want the Autobots' leader to know his doom approaches. Once we have this station online, nothing can stop me. Now go. Find this Energon bridge and reactivate it for your new master.
Just like that, Starscream's a Decepticon.
Yep. Oh, you want to do this like 2 chapters per episode like we did last time?
Maybe, or depending on how quickly we get through it. I think we got through Fall to Cybertron pretty quickly.
Oh, you could probably... I've probably finished that game in a single sitting.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Fall's campaign may be a little shorter, but god damn, it's fun. It has such a good,
I wouldn't say it's short. I wouldn't say it's short.
It just keeps going, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think it's an appropriate length.
Oh yeah, and it's just such a the way it all flows together. The best way I can describe this is episodic, whereas Fall is one continuous movie.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Now, it's kind of funny, because, in this game, the best way you can describe the Seekers is dummy thick. They are very, again, very War Within bulkified. But when we get to Transformers Prime, Starscream is incredibly thin. I mean, they did bulk them out in RID 15, and
Right.
I didn't think that. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't think that design was too bad.
No, I liked it.
I liked it too. Same with Soundwave's new design. Was very inspired by the War for Cybertron games.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get a new Megatron design that was also based on this series.
I think they're gonna. Well, I mean, in this case, I mean, at least they were respecting Megatron's exile.
Yeah. But I do kind of agree with Hunter. It would have been nice if maybe you kind of put Megatron in Optimus's place, where it's like, him helping B's team as a way to, you know, it's like
Honest,
him seeking redemption.
honestly, I like. I'm not opposed to like as a way I would personally do it with like Optimus is like if they kept up like Prime kind of being like a best way to describe it is
Like
a
a
force.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, kind of like being like a Ben Kenobi to
No, I would
be.
have preferred that too.
I mean, and this is coming. And I'm coming from a self-proclaimed Optimus Prime fanboy. I have plenty of Optimus Prime figures.
I know. No, I'm not saying it's because I hate Optimus. I'm just saying it was just kind of
Cheap.
dumb that
It
they,
kind of cheapens
just
his sacrifice in the movie.
at the end of Prime, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like cheapens the sacrifice.
if I were to ever like kind of throw my hat in a ring and do my own take on RAD 15, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be as spiteful about that show as like some people have been,
Right.
because we've seen how like fan projects can go when you're just making something out of pure spite. I mean, Spider-Man Lotus, anyone?
Exactly.
So I don't know. I think it'd be fun to kind of like tackle that, and I do like your suggestion of using, kind of doing what IDW did with Megatron.
Yeah.
Which again, like I mean, I've loved the shows so far. I do like the movies, but if you want like really good, kind of more adults, right? Lack of a better term, mature Transformers writing, read the IDW comics. They are amazing.
Yeah.
IDW was able to pull off a ton of stuff you don't think they'd be able to pull off in any shows, but they did it. Like, I think famously as all known, making Megatron an Autobot.
Yeah.
Again, Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons, and I think that's, and your opinions on Earthspark aside, you can't deny that isn't impressive that they actually, used that for their show.
Again, the guy who is the showrunner for Earthspark, again, is a guy who worked on the IDW comics.
I thought he just did like the design. I thought he just did like the designs. Was it Nick
Well,
Roche? I want to say it was Nick Roche who did the designs.
It was Nick Roche.
Yeah.
He was the guy who worked on the Wreckers trilogy, right?
I think one of his most famous works is like Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Requiem of the Wreckers and Sins of the Wreckers.
Dude, his design,
That's
like, I can't think of a single design I don't like in that show.
Here's a fun fact that Hunter told me.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he stated that Tarantulas is actually one of his personal favorite Transformers characters.
Dude, he
So-
freaking delivered with Tarantulas.
Well, and again, like the way Tarantulas is portrayed in Earthspark is kind of how he is in the Wreckers trilogy, that he's portrayed to be more sympathetic because, again, he's the creator's favorite character.
Well, like I said, I think honestly, like seriously, Tarantulas was not how I was expecting him to be. Mainly because I'm just so used to like how he originally was in Beast Wars, this like sadistic maniac.
And scientists.
That seeing this more sympathetic side of him was, and I'll be serious. I'm serious. Like that episode actually made me very, very endeared to Nightshade.
Oh, I agree. I thought like the relationship Tarantulas and Nightshade had was very wholesome, and
Yeah,
like
and
yeah, never thought you'd hear like the words wholesome in something relating to Tarantulas.
I'm serious when I say like that is one of my favorite episodes of the show.
Yeah,
I just thought it was very, very well done, and I just use it as an example of why I don't always just jump to any political disagreements I might have. Like, the whole they them thing with Nightshade, I was like, I was kind of expecting, all right, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna bite my tongue, and I ended up really liking their character.
yeah,
Sorry, just Nightshade has a very, you know, just Nightshade's voice is
yeah. I know what you mean. I do the same thing, so
it's
I
a
feel
it's force of habit. It's mainly just Nightshade's voice.
yeah. Like I said, I do the same thing, but
But no, I mean, honestly, that's a whole other discussion because, like, you know, I pride myself on being a very neutral. I pride myself on being able to be as, neutral and listening to both sides. But no, I like the episodes with Nightshade. That was actually really where I was like really impressed with like
yeah,
how they handle things. Show's not perfect, and a lot of people also aren't the biggest fan of it, at least according to IMDb.
really.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before in the Discord. Like Earthspark actually has a pretty low IMDb score.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
sucks.
that's some yeah.
Because I think it's a good show.
I think it's different. It is very different to what we usually get, which
Yeah,
honestly, that is part of what has let this franchise last as long as it has. Is how like
right.
other established stuff like established fiction like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, and many other examples. Is that you can play they're not bound by a just single continuous timeline. It's sort
Right.
of like the Godzilla. It's sort of like Godzilla when we have like Showa, Heisei, Millennial. You got some of the American films, minus one. The
Yeah,
anime trilogy, for better or worse.
I'll say worse.
That's the best way to describe it. Like, Transformers plays into more of the same strengths Godzilla has, where, you know, don't limit yourself to just the original story.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it can work, but
That's what I appreciate with Outer Spark.
yeah, it's not afraid to. It's not afraid to play around. And again, like, I honestly think all the designs so far in the show have been solid as hell. I think Alita
Yeah,
1 might be my favorite just because, like, Nick Roche really paid attention to trying to, like, put vehicle parts on her other than just sticking them on her back.
yeah, I know.
And you want to know something interesting I've noticed about the Scatter Blaster?
What?
It has almost like a pseudo Picatinny rail on the barrel. You see it?
I see it. Well, I mean, considering it is supposed to be a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, whether that is supposed to like represent kind of like an optic mounting rail system, I have no idea. Could be me just reading too much into it because it's a gun and I'm a gun guy. Guilty as charged. I'm a gun guy.
What's wrong with that?
What can I say? I'm an unapologetic American.
Mm. Anyway, you want to continue?
All right, yeah, I've rambled enough. So once again, as I feel obligated to play as Megatron at the first level, I feel obligated to play as Starscream.
Right.
One detail. Oh wait.
Anxious to prove themselves worthy of the Decepticon name, Starscream and his minions fly to Cybertron. There, they must reconnect the Energon bridge that will enable Megatron to manufacture more Dark Energon and conquer the Autobots once and for all.
Your orders are clear, Starscream. Infiltrate the Cybertron underground and reactivate the Energon bridge. I want that power online.
Megatron, Thundercracker has detected several Autobots up ahead. Jetfire must have warned Zeta Prime and moved to intercept us already.
Enough of your whining. If the Autobots try to stop you, crush them. Report back to me when you have found the bridge. Megatron out.
That imbecile thinks
That's
I'm
all.
expendable? Me? He'll soon learn never to underestimate Starscream.
Hey, you idiots, wait for me.
I kind of now. As much as I loved like the dynamic Starscream had with the Combaticons in Fall Cybertron, I do kind of wish we got Thundercracker and Skyward.
More of him and... Oh, I do too. Because, yeah, their banter in this game is hilarious.
I also kind of one thing I also appreciate about this game.
We should avoid it to prevent detection. Like that puny probe could stop me. Blast them and get on with it.
One thing I really appreciate is that even though they're the same character model, High Moon still gave enough attention to detail that,
So easy.
you know, Skywarp and Thundercracker have different transform animations and sound effects to Starscream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's something you gotta appreciate.
Which is a detail they did not have to like go forward with, but they did.
Yeah.
And it just makes me deeply miss their work on these games.
No, I agree.
I have never traveled as deeply into Cybertron's interior before.
You're as boring as ever, Thundercracker.
Also, Thundercracker being a scientist, I kind of like that as opposed to like, you know, both Skywarp and Thundercracker kind of just being like, just Starscreams and mooks.
Students of Starscream. Yeah.
What is this? Some kind of Autobot trap?
It's an enemy detection barrier.
So it's a trap.
Stupid Autobots. To think their measly tricks could ever fool Starscream.
Power conduits along the floor should direct us to its power source.
Also, you can't really tell me that Travis Knight didn't have didn't like base some of like the Cybertronian secret design off of this game.
It does show a lot. Well, a lot of the designs do seem to be similar to these games.
While still kind of giving them their traditional Tetra jet,
Yeah.
which honestly, leave down the like. Let me know, audience. What's your favorite interpretation of the Cybertronian Tetra jet for the Seekers? For me, it's either like Nightverse or honestly, and y'all are gonna think I'm crazy for this, the War for Cybertron trilogy's take on it. I just thought that was.
I thought that was a good design. Like I said, like
This is Zeta Prime. Be on high alert. The Decepticons are planning to reactivate the Energon bridge.
Are you Sentinel Prime or Zeta Prime?
Unstable energy source powerful
He's
enough
both,
to jeopardize the entire
technically.
planet. Any Decepticon activity must be reported immediately, and all Decepticons are to be shot on sight. Zeta Prime out.
How boring. I've read more entertaining maintenance reports. Alert! Alert!
it's technically full.
Fire on the Decepticons.
I believe in like one of the Aligned Continuity novels, he's known as Sentinel Zeta.
That was easy.
The others will likely be
Yeah.
tougher. I suggest we proceed with caution.
I don't know, I prefer Sentinel and Zeta being separate primes.
Circuitry is stinging.
Yeah, that's how I.
It's impossible.
Keep looking, you
That's
fool.
how I usually
The
do it.
answer is here somewhere.
Cheaters!
think that was a glitch.
Yeah, I know. I just thought.
Solution sometime today.
You're the brainy one, Thundercracker. You figure it out. Ah, of course. You got the answer? What is it?
I'm not telling you. I see it as well. Plain as day. Right in front of us.
You don't really see it, do you, Starscream?
Seriously, I wish we had the original trifecta of Seekers together more, because this game, in my opinion, is peak of these characters' interactions.
Oh, I agree.
I just love the personalities each of them get, and also I just gotta ask, do you prefer Starscream just kind of always being a coward, or having some capacity of, fighting in the front?
I have to say, is it too much asked for both?
That door should lead us to the next canyon.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
I
options.
mean, kind of like what he is in Prime, where it's like, this usually depends on what the situation he is in his life.
Alright, that works.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even
It's
still,
like, yeah, he's not afraid to, like, go headfirst into battle, but, like, once shit starts, not turning in his favor, he's always quick to retreat. Does that make sense?
yeah, that makes sense. He's sort of the first one to get out. As Wheeljack pointed out, when Scrap hits the fan blade, he's the general that's ready to bail.
Yeah. Oh shit, they got overshields.
Those punks locked us out.
Stop whining and find another way in.
Poor bastard.
My scans show an energon deposit beneath us.
Perfect. There may be a cave below.
Where are we?
We're not where we need to be, Skywarp. So keep moving.
Also, what are each of some of your favorite interpretations of each of the Seekers?
Energon is highly volatile, and flying this close to it is very dangerous. We should proceed with caution.
Tighten your logic circuits, would you, Thundercracker? It can't be
I'd
that
definitely
bad.
say that this is definitely my favorite version of them.
Yeah.
At least like them as like a trio.
Yeah, as opposed to just like Thundercracker and Skywarp being clones.
Yeah.
Which I will say, like, even though Prime did kind of go into a similar route with that, I am also kind of glad they did just make those clones just parts of Starscream's personality.
Yeah.
Keep some variety. Don't get me wrong, I thought the clones was an interesting idea. I mean, this was way before I even learned about the other Seekers.
Yeah. I do love the joke. I feel like the whole thing, it's like Starscream could feel like their pain. It's like, why is it that they... Or what did he say exactly?
His
When
genetics
Megatron starts killing them all?
gives his clones a T-cog he no longer possesses, and all he gets in return is their agony.
Right.
Which makes me wonder if that's why...
Close. The next entrance is just on the far side of this canyon.
Which, that was interesting.
Maybe the proto-forms that, he created them from already had T-cogs.
Well, they are supposed to... Well, a T-cog is just supposed to be a natural organ a Cybertronian has.
Right. Oh shit, mortar cannons.
Which, makes it all the more interesting on why, like in TF1, our main cast doesn't have their T-cogs.
Yeah, like I said, I'm interesting to know, like what that's, kind of entailing. Like, is it implying that, only, Cybertronians of a certain level on the caste system get the ability to transform, while
Others
the
do
ones on
not.
the
Well,
bottom don't. Yeah.
which I think that would make sense because it's not like no Cybertronians have T-Cogs. We saw in the trailer that there were some bots with vehicle modes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like
Again, I guess just like the thing I'm a little bit weirded out on is like the T-Cog being in his chest.
how's that?
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It just feels like that's more of like the place for the sports chamber. And as we saw in, I guess in the line in Prime, like the T-Cog is more kind of located on like their side of their abdomen. I forget exactly where, but if you go back and look at the episode where where like Bumblebee lost his to Mech, you can see where Mech planted it in their robot.
Right.
And,
Well, and remember when like Starscream is trying to reinstall like his T-Cog by taking the one from like the clone he killed.
Oh yeah, he was kind of aiming for
some impromptu. Yeah, he's trying to perform some impromptu surgery.
Which that's another thing I gotta appreciate animated and Prime for is like the lasting repercussions of Starscream's treachery.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. Of course, eventually Starscream just has to go back to the Decepticons.
Yeah.
Concentrate fire on that ground deal.
I love how Starscream's already praising the Decepticons, even though he literally just joined them.
Yeah.
What's it? Well, I've never opened this door before. Oh.
Oh, that's What do you think about like the whole them making the Null Ray basically a sniper rifle?
It's been interesting.
I actually don't really mind that.
Neither do I. It's a way to add some variety while adding classic weaponry.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like making Starscream a sniper does fit with his personality. Someone who likes to attack from far away.
Yeah, be as far away from the actual scrap as possible.
Yeah.
Orders, Starscream.
Yeah, smooth move there, Captain. By the way, what do you think of the design of this, I guess this is technically an Autobot gunboat.
Cool.
I don't know how you would classify this ship.
Either. I'll just call it a ship.
I guess you could call it a gunboat, a frigate, whatever.
Unbelievable! These Autobots are dumber than Skyborn!
Perhaps, Starscream. But have you considered an escape route for us?
Try the upper deck! Hurry!
They sealed it off.
Now's our chance! Fly through the hole!
Dumber than Skywarp? I'll show you, dumb Starscream.
You always do. I shall use this way!
Again, just the banter between the Seekers.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite kind of underappreciated Seeker outside the main three?
Probably Cyberverse Slipstream.
Oh yeah, she's pretty cool. I like that she's a captain. And I just love how that thing is literally just a living bucket.
Yeah. I mean, I think Cyberverse's Slipstream might be my favorite version of Slipstream. Those
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah, those are the Autobots that I guess drowned in the Energon.
Pretty sure overexposure to Energon would kill them. You remember Beast Wars?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I had an interesting idea for like how to handle Energon in some of my TF stuff.
Oh, yeah?
So like on worlds like Cybertron or any Cybertronian colonies, it takes a liquid form. But on organic planets, it's absorbed by like by the minerals, and it becomes the crystals we see in Prime and Beast Wars.
That's a cool idea.
Did you see that? You mean that creepy-looking thing that just jumped over the side? Yeah. Nope, I didn't see anything.
I should have left you two on the station.
I wonder why the cloakers are so scrawny.
Oh, they are supposed to be spies, so, you know.
Maybe they transplanted their T-cogs for like a cloaking ability, which would explain why
Maybe.
they or like
Don't
a more
seem to
advanced
transform.
cloaking, which explains why they don't have any vehicle parts.
Yeah.
I think I saw something. You think you saw what?
Silence! It could be an Autobot cloaker. Keep your optics sharp. There!
Oh
Destroy
shit!
it!
My controller.
Ain't still giving you trouble.
Yeah, I got it.
The one who fired it.
I will say between these, between War and Falls Cybertron, it does give me ideas for like different, like how they'll kind of like dimorphosize Autobot and Decepticon military forces.
Yeah.
Now, do you prefer the Cloakers being like Autobots or Decepticons mainly?
Get the power back online so we can move on.
No idea. Probably. I mean, probably the more generic decision would be Decepticons because of how
Get moving,
creepy
Decepticons.
they look.
We must be getting close.
I definitely think the Brutes and the Leapers from Fall are definitely
The
Decepticon.
entrance to the underground.
Yeah.
Another shield generator. These Autobots are getting on my nerves.
I guess the
Bring
best way I
down
can
those
describe it is that
shields.
maybe the Autobots are more like technology based,
Yeah.
whereas like the Decepticons being mostly composed of miners are kind of more like brawlers.
Right.
One thing people have noted about this game is like unlike other like third-person over-the-shoulder shooters,
Yeah.
it's not cover-based like
Here's a war.
Gears of War or other third-person games. Like instead of a cover system, it's very much more like an arena. I guess along the line,
Yeah.
best way to describe it is like a classic arena shooter, Doom,
I think that's a good way to put it.
where like mobility and like switching your weapons is much more preferable to just like, you know, hiding in a corner with a shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah. Granted, Fall definitely went for a more cover-based shooter.
I mean, in the sense that like you can change your shooting hand when you're taking cover.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's not like ducking behind rubble like, you know, Gears of War.
Yeah.
The battery casing is opening!
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I still enjoy Gears of War very much. But if you're but I will be completely honest. If you're one of those bastards that just hopped around, that just did all the cover hopping bullshit with a master shotgun, I've probably wished a Warlock's curse on you a few times.
I'm the deadliest seeker in the sky.
Video games and shotguns. Am I right?
Yeah. Particularly like shooter games and shotguns.
Yeah, Activision is a particular guilty party on that one.
Yes.
Seriously, Seriously, whoever keeps, whoever the hell is in charge of like the weapon balancing in Activision in their games, I guarantee somebody is one of them. I guarantee somebody has pissed in that guy's gas tank.
If we destroy them, we can lure the sheep.
Damn it. Damn it. Hang on. I don't know. Some games are a lot more temperamental about like a controller connection than others.
Great. Scans show high density Ubarium shielding on that door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All firepower on their pathetic door.
Oh yeah, I haven't pointed this out yet, but yeah, now like we're facing proper Autobots, you can tell because they're red.
Alright.
Which I guess that leads to just like another question in terms of aesthetics. Do you prefer like the Autobot
Yeah.
Decepticon color aesthetic being kind of like the like their faction insignias with like the red for the bots, purple for the cons, or do you prefer like the more classic dimorphism between good guys and bad guys with the red and blue?
No.
I know I keep doing this as a cop-out answer, but I guess I don't really have a preference.
Okay.
What about you?
I guess maybe like just like, you know, the whole thing with the red and blue eyes is enough for me.
Fair
This
enough.
place gives me the creeps.
These tunnels were decommissioned long ago. To activate the power terminals to get the station back on.
Incoming! Take cover! Wait! That's not Autobot weaponry. Interesting. I've never seen these life forms before.
Who cares? If they get in my way, blast them!
Jeez, Starscream.
At least now we know what... Speaking of which, yeah, like, I'm just gonna say this, like, some people thought it was weird that they were, like, deer-like animals in Transformers 1.
Yeah.
But these giant fucking flying squid monster things in this game was apparently no biggie.
There, just as I told you. The Energon Bridge
Or the
terminal.
Scraplets
Find a
in
way inside
Prime.
and activate it.
Yeah.
I thought this place was deserted.
What about the robot cows in Cyberverse?
Open fire!
I,
And the unicorn that turns into a rocket ship.
I don't remember, like, cow-like creatures in Cyberverse.
I was in the episode where it first introduced the Wild Wheels.
I need to rewatch that, apparently. I haven't watched that one a lot.
By the way, I like Wild Wheels. I think he's cool.
Oh yeah, I thought he was cool too. But you can't tell me the guy wasn't heavily based on Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, dude, serious man with no names vibes coming out of that guy.
You're about to hear some
I agree. Nice that we got like a cowboy Decepticon and basically a Steve Irwin-esque Autobot
Oh yeah.
with Meteor Fire. I just love the whole idea of Meteor Fire. He's literally like if Steve Irwin was a Transformer.
Not complaining. Steve Irwin was my childhood hero.
Oh, he was mine too, so yeah, I'm not gonna dig. So honestly, I've toyed around with the idea of doing something similar with some of my stuff, only instead Meteor Fire would be Outback.
Oh,
from the old
Outback
G1
is just
cartoons.
like too perfect for that.
energy signatures.
More
Exactly.
ghouls rush to their death. Destroy them.
Got a threat overhead. Incoming rocket attack.
Starscream report.
But I'm always for giving more obscure characters the spotlight.
Yeah, which it showed it can work.
Suffer excuses.
Yeah.
Not fail me.
Especially in Cyberverse, because they gave a lot of obscure characters the spotlight.
What do you think? Speaking of which, what do you think of Breakdown's personality in Earthspark?
I liked it.
Kind of more of like the cocky racer than like nervous wreck.
Yeah, which is funny because when you consider he's voiced by Roger Craig Smith, who's the voice of Sonic in the games.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, I know, right?
Of course, I know Roger Craig Smith as voicing Batman in Batman Arkham Origins.
But Roger Craig Smith has an impressive, like, range when it comes to, like, characters he's voiced.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think most people probably know him best for Sonic.
Not much of a Sonic guy, so you have to forgive me for going with, like, Batman.
That's alright. Like I said, he's voiced Sonic in the game, but he also voiced him in the show Sonic Boom, so...
I do enjoy sniping.
Afraid to take them head on, Skywarp?
Oh, you're one to talk, Starscream.
Bots and glass houses, Starscream.
Exactly.
So one thing like the Align Continuity, one of the Align Continuity novels said was like, initially the Seekers were unaligned, but when Starscream joined the Decepticons, like those who stayed loyal to the Autobots were renamed to Aerial Bots.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've actually not read any of the Align novels, I just know
I have
from
one of them. I think it's Transformers Retribution.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I think Hunter has read all three. I could be wrong.
Fun fact, in that novel, the main pilot of the, or I guess you could call the helmsman of the Ark, is actually Sideswipe.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, now, it's not that I don't like Sideswipe in RAD-15, but if I were to, like, try something different, I would either make Sideswipe older, kind of imply that he was in the war, or I'd use a different young bot.
I would have used a different young bot, like either Hot Rod or Hot Shot.
Those are the two I
Or
was
maybe go for a more
thinking.
obscure, or maybe go for a more obscure character. Hard to tell. Anyway.
Ooh.
What?
I was thinking, what about Sunstreaker?
Sunstreaker would be nice.
I think Sunstreaker could use some more love. I mean, I'm glad we actually got a toy based on his concept art in the V movie. Which, I'll be honest, that figure looks really good.
Yeah. And I hear he's going to be reactivated.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the reactivate designs look pretty damn good.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, I hope that one thing we saw... Well, I mean, they've already confirmed a few of the characters that were on that, like, page, but I'm hoping that Hot Rod is going to be one of the ones that gets confirmed.
Seriously, I love, like, the Mad Max style, they all have their vehicle modes.
Oh, well, it makes sense, since they are kind of in an, apocalyptic, alien invasion.
Windblade's getting more love. I appreciate that. I always love when the flying Autobots get some recognition.
Yes, so is Slipstream.
Yay. We're getting Steve Blum as Starscream again. Also peak.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, they basically made Ratchet the cranky old man he is in animated in Prime.
But leaning much more towards animated.
All right. This station seems
Yeah.
to funnel power directly to the Energon Bridge.
Those are the Energon Bridge's power control panels.
Wow, Starscream. That was impressive.
Silence, fool! We need to supply these side terminals with their Energon power cells.
But yeah, so far all the designs have looked solid as hell.
Agree. Oh, we're gonna get more information on the game. I don't know.
Autobots have booby-trapped this room. Fools!
Wait, are you calling us
Traps.
fools or the Autobots fools? Because I'm not getting a sense that you respect me.
Silence! Fool!
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Up, Skywarp.
Almost too easy. Quick, find the other power terminals.
You did share me an image of Knockout in the game, which, can I be honest?
Oh,
what
yeah,
Knockout kind of reminds me of. Him holding that big
What?
rifle in the image makes me think of Overclock, the Autobot in Transformers universe, who admittedly also looked a lot like Knockout.
Oh yeah.
Overclock was basically an Autobot James Bond.
Get these power cells into position.
Ooh, I think I got it for like the replacement for Sideswipe.
So
Blue Streak.
this should work.
Maybe he's the youngest brother between Smokescreen and Prowl.
Right.
Speaking of which, it would be cool to actually have some characters in Prime that were concept art and make cameos like Prowl.
Yeah.
The side terminals are showing power levels of maximum.
I mean, you could say. I mean, it's not like I have a vested interest or anything in Prowl.
I know. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I totally have a vested interest.
All that power flowing. Onward
I
to
said there's nothing wrong with that.
Prowl's my favorite. Okay.
Mhm.
I am detecting an unknown energy signature nearby. Off the scale.
Then we are close. The Energon Bridge must be nearby. The device must be inside that machine. Plant a dark Energon jetpack on its power cable to activate it.
My scans indicate that.
I've had enough of your readings. Use Dark Energon and corrupt the machine.
You Starscream, tell them how you really feel.
Whoa! What's happening?
Precisely what I was afraid of. Cybertron is trying to purge itself of contamination.
What contamination?
He means us, you idiot. Quit blabbing and destroy this nuisance.
One turret down, 2 to go. Never mind.
Dieselgate.
Evade those beams.
Move, move, move!
That's what music started to make me think of Halo Reach.
Yeah, that rock soundtrack. You know what, honestly,
The machine is vulnerable.
also here's another idea I had.
What?
Maybe instead of like Grimlock, it could be a different Dinobot. I mean, not that I don't like Grimlock.
Are we even
I know what you
running
mean.
this thing?
Not with your pathetic aim. Focus fire on those guns.
Could be another Theropod Dinobot.
He's not so tough.
Originally, he wasn't gonna be Grimlock. He was gonna be a new Dinobot that would have turned into a Stegosaurus.
I don't know. The only Stegosaurus Dinobot for me is Snarl.
Snarl. Yeah.
Starscream!
Honestly, Scowl was a good Dinobot.
I'm beginning to question
Even if he was an asshole.
Starscream.
Still, an Ankylosaurid Dinobot.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
actually,
Ankylosaurs are
here's an
always
idea.
awesome.
Because of Earthspark, why not Jawbreaker? The since he is a Stygimoloch, he is a Dinobot.
Right. That was another thing I liked. There was another like dynamic I liked in Earthspark was the one between
Grimlock.
Breaker and Grimlock. Yeah.
And of course, Grimlock being voiced by Keith David, can't go wrong with that.
Just be ready for it.
Exactly.
Talented actor, wonderful man, and just a damn good singer.
Oh yeah.
No joke. Like until Has Been a Hotel, I dead ass forgot that Keith David can sing.
And he's done like singing roles before.
I know, but I
so-
mean, it just like went right over my head. Like I completely forgot he did Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
Which, as far as like more modern Disney movies, that one ain't bad.
Well, to be fair, that was like early 2010s.
Even
like
still,
2020.
well, even still, it was like
Oh, I
yeah.
agree. I think it's a really good movie. And
it's Disney's.
very
It was it's Disney. Yeah, it's Disney's formula, but I think nowadays people kind of have more appreciation for the old formula.
I think people kind of miss that old formula.
Like I said, like Keith David, damn good singer.
I agree.
Honestly, I'd love to hear Keith David voice either Jazz or Blaster. What do you think?
Same as Jazz.
Something's happening!
Yes! It's crumbling before the light of Starscream! To the surface, Decepticons!
The machine is out of control!
It must be a side effect of the Dark Energon!
Yeah, no shit.
What gave it away? The purple roots of doom?
We've got it! The Energon bridge is activating! Incredible! The Energon bridge is active once more.
Quiet! Ruining my moment of glory! Soon, my orbital station will be at full power!
Your orbital station, Starscream. Surely you mean mine. I see you have finally succeeded in the simple task I gave you. Perhaps you're not as worthless as I thought. Report back to base at once.
All systems online. Dark Energon, manufacturing at optimal efficiency.
Now I can introduce Dark Energon into the planet's core. And as it spreads throughout Cybertron, my power shall travel with it.
Entrance to the planet core is heavily shielded behind the Omega Gate.
I will acquire the key. We launch a full-scale assault on Iacon immediately. And wipe Zeta Prime and his pathetic Autobots off the face of the planet.
Sorry about the noise. I bumped into my boom.
All right.
Let me check how long
So,
Let me just check how long I've been recording. Almost 2 hours.
okay. So you want to do like one more chapter, or you want to end here?
Honestly, I'm just having a lot of fun. So I do kind of want to play a little more.
All right, we'll do one more.
And besides, this is one of the best levels in the game.
All right.
And luckily, I won't be playing as Megatron again.
Right.
I usually play as Soundwave.
Okay. Oh, that's always awesome.
Hungry for more power, Megatron plans to corrupt the very core of Cybertron itself with Dark Energon. But to do so, he must first find the Omega Key, which will unlock the gateway to the core. Megatron launches a full-scale assault on Iacon, capital city of the Autobots, where the key is protected by Zeta Prime, leader of the Autobots.
Starscream, continue forward and meet Zeta Prime's armies on the front line.
Have no fear, Lord Megatron. Under my leadership, Decepticon victory is assured.
Do not fail me.
Why aren't we joining the main battle, Megatron?
While Starscream attacks Zeta Prime's armies head-on, we shall move behind enemy lines and obtain the Omega Key.
The Omega what?
The Omega Key grants access to the core of Cybertron.
Once I have access to the core, I will infuse it with Dark Energon and subject the entire planet's energy supply to my will.
Decepticon intruders! They're inside the city! Autobots attacking! Hey, wasn't Starscream supposed to keep these guys occupied?
Damn it.
Even the Autobots aren't foolish enough to leave the stellar galleries undefended. Destroy them!
Oh, this damn thing. Sorry. There we go. Okay, I just need to not mess with like the cable, with the controller cable.
Okay.
So yeah, so welcome to a real like frontline battle in Iacon City. Technically, this isn't the front line, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, me and Hunter were once talking about doing our own take on the War and Fall Cybertron stories. And I don't know if you remember this, because we mentioned it quite a few times, but
Go ahead.
we were considering, like, instead of it being Breakdown for, like, this chapter, it would be Knockout.
That would be interesting. So what was the idea behind this new take? Kind of connected a little more to Transformers Prime.
Yeah, or I guess more just to be like one that stands kind of as its own thing.
All right.
Like, I just remember, like, one of the ideas I had was, like, instead of Brawl in the first level, it'd be Blackout.
One tank bot I think that deserves a little more recognition is Demolisher.
Demolisher would be a good, would be cool, yeah.
Megatron.
Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom.
Go ahead.
Energy signatures nearby.
Where?
You want me to
I don't
pause?
see anything.
The Autobots are here. No doubt skulking in the shadows.
They're all around us.
Return fire! Destroy anything that moves!
There are you, you little shits. There you are. Oh, come on with this. There we go. Back here, you scrawny little bastard.
That's ammunition. Perfect.
Might as well use this time to show off the V mode.
Megatron! The Dark Energon is proving every bit as formidable as you predicted. The Autobot armies crumble before it.
Excellent, Starscream. Continue engaging them so that I can acquire the Omega Key.
There's something off about that Starscream guy, Megatron. I don't trust him.
Oh, I trust Starscream about as far as I can blast him. But he shows a rare cunning that I find intriguing.
For the glory of Megatron.
Yeah, that's I guess one reason to keep old Screamy still around to do the dirty work. I had a buddy of mine a while back say that he would much rather have a story where Soundwave's the number 2. Which I can definitely see why.
Be aware, snipers at the entrance.
Move forward and flank them! Let nothing stand in my way!
You just wait on him.
Exactly as I believe.
Snipers.
0% chance of survival.
He never even knew what hit him.
Oh, Ray. The battle pistol has a little more versatility and ranges. Oh, come on, controller. There. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'll go with the battle pistol.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. I was...
Energon that's in those fountains.
Yep, it's Energon.
That's strange they're using such a precious resource for decoration.
Well, to be fair, Energon is way more abundant at this time in Cybertron's history.
Yeah, it's true, since the core is still producing it.
It's sort of like water on Earth.
Right.
Speaking of which, do you prefer Energon being blue or pink?
Blue.
I remember in
blue,
like
yeah.
Transformers Energon, it was red/green depending on if it was refined.
Right.
But
Don't
we don't
talk about Energon.
We never talk about Transformers Energon. Who are these? Cybertronian Battle Angels?
Maybe. Maybe that's Onyx Prime.
The head, for some reason, is making me think Air Razor. Doesn't it kind of look like the beak of her Falcon mode?
I was thinking more like Dive Bomb from G1.
That too. Yeah, these are like almost like Cybertronian angels.
Yeah.
This guy in the center. You weren't here to say it, but I think his design would work for Prima.
Yeah. Oh, so that's Solus?
He's got a hammer, so I might be soulless.
Yeah, even though nothing about it looks very feminine, but anyway.
Megatron, the gate to the stellar galleries is locked.
I anticipated this. A powerful infusion of Dark Energon will bend the doors to my will.
Let me know you guys' like favorite notification sound wave. Oh, by the way, Justin, my phone battery died, so you might like put it in the chat to see if we got any new
That's a great
God, these games are so good. I'm gonna keep gushing over these games because God, they're so good.
Alright. So far, all we've gotten is a high from this Parker guy.
All right.
Megatron, those batteries feed the security grid.
Quickly, infuse the batteries with dark energon.
What was it? Oh yeah, let me know your like favorite interpretation of sound waves in the chat/comments of the VOD.
Yours.
That's tough. There's like a lot of good interpretations of sound waves.
Security
Yeah.
measures deactivated.
I think some of my favorite are.
Sound wave, damage report.
Scans show minimal damage.
I think one of my favorite ones that was a little outside the conventions of Soundwave was Cyberverse.
Yeah.
I love how he had such a personality.
Time for more strategic
While still having that classic kind of Soundwave,
Yeah. I still think Prime is probably my favorite Soundwave.
Oh yeah, Prime Soundwave is very good.
And the Omega Key is located just beyond that door.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, what were we saying about Earthspark?
Proven far less
Earthspark had a
taxing
fantastic
than I
design
had
for Soundwave.
Are you serious?
I agree.
Pretty taxed myself.
A really good like combination of like this Prime design with like its classic elements.
Right.
The Autobots maintain these rooms for
Damn it.
contemplation.
Tranquil contemplation?
Controller
What does that
problems.
even mean?
No, now it's my headset. I should have charged it before we started.
Wine over their own inadequacies.
Mouse and keyboard it is.
Waste of time and resources. Decepticons, find the Omega Key.
Okay, it's F to transform. Would have been funnier if it was T.
Yeah.
Light damage is repaired.
Oh. Okay, trying to drive on mouse and keyboard is a little awkward.
The Omega Key.
Wow, that is one empty container.
Megatron, I'm warning you right now. You are toying with forces beyond your understanding or control. Ah, Zeta Prime. I see you're still afraid to face me in person. Predictable as ever, right down to the empty words. The Omega Key is under my protection now, Megatron. That is hardly a deterrent. I will enjoy taking the Omega Key from your lifeless hands.
What do you think of Zeta in this game? Do you think he's just an absolute ass, or do you think there's a good guy in there? Albeit a little arrogant.
I think he's more of just the guy. How do I put this?
He's got kind of an ego behind him.
I would just say he's just doing his,
He's doing his job.
trying to do his job. Yeah. You know, given the circumstances.
All right.
Wait, my freak.
Okay, so far using this mouse and keyboard ain't going too bad.
Yeah. Search it. We got heavies.
Okay, shit, what button is my special abilities? Alright, I should be enough used to hand for my headsets for a little bit longer.
And
Come on.
Soundwave. Trace Zeta
That was
Prime's
weird.
broadcast signal.
what was?
Sync scan complete. Its origin is 12.7 cycles ahead. Scans reveal poor structural integrity surrounding this maintenance access door.
You heard him! Blast the wall!
Megatron, the city's subsystems provide a direct line to the broadcast origin.
Must be the maintenance tunnels.
Descend here and have a care. One wrong step and you're scrap metal.
Not that I'm arguing or anything, but why don't we just go back to the dropship and hitch a ride?
I think because Megatron died, he doesn't say his line.
Damn it. Hey man, what did you say again?
This is the shortest distance to travel.
Into the tunnel, Decepticons. And try not to get crushed by the trains.
You're joking, right?
Yes, Breakdown. I am famous for my sparkling sense of humor. Now get moving before I dismantle you myself!
Love that line.
Whoa, watch out!
Don't get hit by the train, you fool!
I got here quick.
Yeah.
It's no use, Megatron. The door's locked.
A simple solution then. Break the locks.
A little weird that they make you go all the way around, huh?
Yeah.
Blow open that door!
That's ammunition. Perfect.
And there's Megatron, probably wishing he had a faster vehicle mode.
Repetition is great assault and punishment.
Move to that exit, now!
Megatron?
Clover's present. Be aware.
Quickly, infuse the batteries with dark energon.
Yeah, these giant ass crystals.
work, Soundwave. Now unlock the exit door.
Of course, it was like where we said that now they just display Decepticon insignias.
Yeah.
Rather fitting.
Agreed.
Move, Decepticons! Double time!
I do like this one-line breakdown says coming up.
Hey, Soundwave, you want a race?
Negative.
I don't know why, I just love the way Soundwave just responds with negative.
Classic Stunticons.
Yeah.
Don't get hit by the train, you fool! There, that station. From there, we can infiltrate the lower levels of Iacon.
What? That's it? I was kind of having fun. In a high-speed, suicidal kind of way.
I know that was probably a war crime, but I'm a Decepticon.
Yeah. I don't think that guy's alive. Jesus Christ, what happened here?
I assume some of our fellow Decepticons kind of came in here. I love this. A vending machine for Energon cubes.
Energon vent. That is awesome.
Seriously, who's leaving these Decepticon insignias? They're like graffitiing them onto the...
Megatron, Omega key detected. We should proceed to the logistics station.
Excellent! The Omega key awaits.
Megatron, sensors indicate approaching out-of-lock energy signatures.
Decepticons, ready your weaponry for battle!
Damn it, shotgunners.
I'm making this easy.
Oh, I think that guy got ran over by the train.
Loser.
By the way, I know it might be a little strange that none of the, like, it's only Prime and Megatron that kind of have their iconic weaponry, but part of me kind of likes it. It kind of sells that this is more like a standardized military.
Yeah.
Steady yourself, coward. I marked this area for Dark Energon bombers.
Are you insane? I mean, yes, brilliant, Megatron.
Guy had to catch himself. By the way, you notice there's some Decepticons over there. Keep that in mind when this happens.
Perfect. Soon Iacon will be no more than a thick layer of
Come
rubble.
on.
The wreckage is in our way.
There we go.
Hey, Megatron.
Megatron, delivery scans and stable enough to support our route.
You know, we're not just gonna flinch at the fact that we just killed a bunch of our own guys.
Again, we're Decepticons. Oh shit, this... Oh wait, that one guy's still alive. Steve! I'm coming, Steve! Poor Steve. Ooh, this is one of my
Hey,
favorites.
there's Autobots unloading off the train.
Leave no Autobot alive.
Never heard that line before.
Blast those aerial bots.
Oops, wrong button.
Line haven't you not heard before?
That I consider that a proper way to shoot an autobot.
Cybertron, I've detected the Omega Key and lies beyond the train tunnel.
Move out, Decepticons. Stay on the tracks if you want to get smashed to pieces.
Scans reveal core structural integrity surrounding this maintenance access door.
Breakdown? Megatron, you realize you can transform, right? Sorry, I just bumped my mic. Okay, now they're speeding along. Kind of. Megatron?
Starscream, this is Brawl. We're pinned down outside Zeta Prime's vaults. We need air support. Excellent. Brawl is already near the Omega Key.
No shit's given that Brawl's calling for support.
Nah.
I'm so used to that, like, lagging out my game when I was playing this on console. Still.
Look! They've got Brawl outnumbered down there!
Brawl's hulking out down there.
Sound the alarm!
That's it.
Ow. Big boom coming up.
I should use this wisely. Unstoppable. Termination method.
That ping of the headshot.
Yeah.
Snipers across the street!
I love that the photon burst rifle is kind of like this game's answer to the Halo battle rifle.
Yeah.
Megatron, the area is now clear.
Let us speak with Brawl then. I want to hear how my war is going. Waiting for your orders, Megatron. Lord Megatron, report, Brawl. The Autobots are dug in, and our precious air commander won't provide support. Enough excuses. Where is Zeta Prime? He's just beyond those doors, Lord Megatron. Witness the power of Dark Energon! Impossible!
It will take more than a speck of dark energon to breach the armor of our vaults. Surrender now, Megatron, and I will consider sparing your life.
You dare threaten me? Me?
So be it, Megatron. I leave you to your own futility. Brawl! Call in the Dark Energon bombers! But, Megatron, there's too much firepower! Do as I have ordered, Brawl! Yes, Megatron. Bomber, target these coordinates. Everyone else, clear the street!
You heard him.
Time to go.
Look! It's
Big
Megatron!
GTF dope.
Why'd he show up so late?
Shut up! You tried to get us both killed?
Bombers, inbound!
Oh,
Well, that was a complete disaster.
Silence! Obviously, our bombers are incompetent. Lord Megatron, if I may make a suggestion, disabling the anti-aircraft guns would open the way for our air support.
An excellent thought, Brawl. Carry it out.
Decepticons, take those guns! Heads up! More snipers! Cooling weapon.
Vector missiles deployed! They're firing rockets at us!
Really? I couldn't tell.
Robot has 0% chance of survival.
Go, go, go!
I've tried this way before. I'll be damned.
Turrets! They're gonna chop us to pieces!
No one turns back. Destroy those guns by any means necessary.
You heard, Lord Megatron! Decepticons, lay down cover fire while we take that building!
We gotta protect the anti-air guns!
No! Hit the Autobots while they're distracted!
Time to go.
Connectivity must be reported 18 late.
God, the soundtrack of this game still slaps.
Sight. Report out.
Still there, Justin?
I'm still here.
There. The gun
Hey, I got it.
controls.
And when in doubt, blow it up, just like Doom.
Yeah. Oh, Doom, it's either blow it up or punch it.
Nice! Takes one gun to blow up the other!
Megatron, the controls are open.
Move, Decepticons!
I could've just jumped, but this just seems more dramatic.
Jesus.
That almost punched our tickets! I thought Dark Energon was on our side!
Brawl! Call in the bombers! Transmitting the coordinates.
Brawl, this is Starscream. Your request is denied. I won't have you wasting more of my ships.
I see. When did they become your ship, Starscream?
Oh, Lord Megatron. I didn't realize you were there. Their support
It's weird. Starscream sound a little
but it will be a
sarcastic
few
there.
cycles before the bombers can reach you. I'm afraid you'll just have to be patient.
We've got Autobot reinforcements headed our way! I shall make you pay for this, Starscream. Decepticons, hold your positions until the bombers arrive.
Projectile, reach your target.
To be fair, this is Starscream.
Yeah.
The Autobots think they can snipe us from the bridge. Show them their error.
Test? We beat him?
No. There's no way the Autobots would give up that easily. Agreed, Brawl.
Everyone, hold fast and stay alert.
On the roof over there! More Autobots!
They're firing from the windows!
Loading.
You drilled that one good!
You'll pay for that! Now, come on!
Yeah.
Is that all of them? Nope.
The Autobots just keep coming!
Well, we are kind of in their city.
Autobot aerial bots! Swat them out of the sky!
Initiating weapon cooling! Blast those Autobot jump keeps on the bridge!
The other turret. Almost got him.
Good.
Remain stationary.
We're gonna get slaughtered!
Stop your whining, breakdown, or I'll stop it for you! They're coming from all directions!
Megatron, they're everywhere! What do?
We hold them off! The bombers will clear the street when they arrive. Rely on that.
That isn't exactly comforting.
Yeah.
That's the whole Autobot army!
Bombers will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woohoo! Boom! Eat that, Autobots!
The street looks clear, Megatron. That should have blown the vault doors clear off. Good. Brawl, remain here and hold this position. The rest of us will move forward and acquire the Omega Key.
That guy just kind of wigged out. We kind of made a mess, didn't we?
Big mess.
Well, you know what they say about carpet bombing? There's 100% accuracy rate. You're guaranteed to hit the ground.
Oh, shit.
Engaging Decepticons at the Iacon Vault.
Fall back! Fall back! What the? That guy is huge!
Split up and flank him! Use the debris for cover!
Oh boy.
It's armor! Now! Destroy it!
Need to recharge! Watch out!
Got him.
Megatron, the tech has been rendered non-functional.
You see that? I did that.
Oh,
All
damn it.
Onward, Decepticons! Into the vaults!
Keep telling yourself that, Breakdown.
Back a little bit of a breach charge.
Megatron. You are a persistent one. But breaking into my vaults? You've overstepped yourself.
I won't waste words with you, Zeta Prime. Give me the Omega Key, and I may spare what's left of your city.
Omega Key will never be yours, Megatron.
I look forward to debating that with you in person.
Lord Megatron, help!
Zeta's got one of our guys trapped! Look at that floor! What's Zeta up to?
Hey, I'm still functional! I'm still...
Idiot. Decepticons, onward!
You cannot hope to overcome my defenses, Megatron!
Your pathetic machinery won't stop me, Zeta Prime.
Hope that con died quick. Damn.
Soundwave, look out!
Thank you for worrying about my safety, Breakdown.
Sacred vaults are no place for your tainted spark.
Nothing is sacred to me, Zeta Prime. You should have realized that by now. Decepticons, advance!
Big empty room. Omega Key's right there.
See nothing wrong going here.
Finally, the Omega Key is within my... What? Did you really think it would be that easy? Come down here, Zeta Prime, and I will give you the answer.
I shall remain where I am. This vantage point will provide an excellent view of your destruction. My will controls this entire chamber, Megatron. I need only close my hand to crush the life out of you.
The floor is glowing! It's everywhere! He's gonna smash us!
Interesting contraption he's built.
Yeah.
Do you see now, Megatron? This is my domain.
Your theatrics don't
I do
frighten
love how like
me,
the smaller
Zeta.
Zeta model
Here
does
I have the power
match the
to
movement of the
control
hologram.
And create.
Yeah.
Endless duplicates of Zeta Prime. How nauseating.
I also think Zeta's spear is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Zeta's
Is
design in
that
general
all,
is pretty
Zeta?
impressive.
A
pathetic army of Energon
I agree.
clones. Is that the best you can do? You have no idea. Here, I have limitless power.
Megatron, we may be able to damage Zeta's machinery during its recharge cycle.
A valiant attempt,
Now limitless
Mr.
power my
Defense.
ass.
But Autobot machinery is more resilient than you realize. In this chamber, my will reign supreme, Megatron.
Yeah, once you figure out how this works, it really is just a simple trick. I mean, simple if you're not the AI.
Yeah.
More Zeta clones. Destroy them.
For some reason I keep hitting the B button by accident when I'm trying to use my turret. Who says we're trying to run?
Megatron, Zeta Prime's
I mean, you.
is now vulnerable.
Your machine is failing, Zeta Prime. Where are your boasts now? The battle is far from over, Decepticon. Prepare for destruction.
Alert, alert. Zeta Prime is modifying the room.
Good shit.
I think Soundwave's vehicle mode is faster than it looks.
Yeah.
I can easily create more Energon clones. You will be destroyed.
This turret's really good against these clones.
It's only a matter of time before you're overwhelmed.
But yeah, this room I think definitely shows that Zeta may have a little bit of vanity.
Yeah.
He's recharging. Fire at the core. Overheating.
Blasting his shield won't work!
System failing. This cannot be. Finish it. The Omega Key is mine. The core of Cybertron is mine. Your spies were misinformed, Megatron. That device only activates the key to the core. But don't worry, the Omega Key will come to you. Omega activated. Power optimal. Mission: destroy Megatron.
Well, as fun as that was going to be, we're going to have to call it a night here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. All these years later,
Yes,
this
I
game
guess.
still holds up.
Yeah. The calling night here is good. I got some shit I need to take care of.
All right. So you want me to do the outro without you?
I can stick around for the outro.
Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this trip back down memory lane has been as fun for you as it's been for us. So if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to leave a like on it, leave a comment, let us know your favorite part. Subscribe if you feel like it.
and transform and roll out.
All right. But yeah, thank you all so much. And we'll catch you all in the next one because, of course, we're going to play more of this.
Oh, yeah.